possibly my favorite dessert of all time. This is the bird cherry cake. It's a traditional Siberian Russian cake made with wild cherry flour. Before I get into the cake, I'm going to give you a little bit of background because it's super freaking cool and it's going to blow your mind. All right, so there's not a lot of meat on wild cherries, but a couple different cultures around the world came up with ways to use the wild cherry in its entirety by drying it and grinding it, using it as a flour, or in the case of the Lakota with wasabi, making it into a sauce from dried patties, or in the Middle East, just using the kernels, which gives an almond flavor to baked goods. This is the Siberian version, the bird cherry cake. So we're making bird cherry flour, which actually refers to a cherry called the bird cherry, which might be Prunus patis or Prunus avium, I'm not exactly sure. You dry the cherries until they're rock hard, and then you're going to grind them up into a flour. You can see there. I'll also add that this is completely safe, so I'm not going to go into the specifics. Do not eat cherry stones raw. They need to be cooked. Do some more research on it. This is a traditional food. It's been made for a very long time. Grind your cherries up. I use a Vitamix dry bowl there, and then sift them. This is very important. Use a tammy sieve or a very fine sifter. You cannot use like a regular flour sifter. Some pieces of shell will stay in the cherry flour, and this is traditional. It is part of the character. It will grow on you. It is awesome. But if you do not use a tammy sieve or something similar to what I have, it's not going to work. So know that. Make sure to save your extra cherry pieces. I'll go over that at the end. Now, apparently we're going to kind of sloppily make a cake without sifting it. Sometimes I'm lazy. Just make sure you break up any lumps of leavener. Mix the flour and ground dried cherry flour, some leavener, a little salt. Then it's a really simple cake. A couple eggs, a little bit of sugar, and you're going to whip this to full volume until it gets nice and thick and creamy and about doubles in size. There's something strangely pleasing about watching eggs do that. Then you're going to add some sour cream. No oil. This is kind of a lean cake. It also has really good staying power. This will keep in the fridge for a week, and it'll make about 16 portions. It's awesome. And the taste of almond from the stones combined with the cherry is concentrated and just incredible. So put that into a springform pan, toast a couple almonds. Now make some frosting. I'm going to start off with butter to help it hold its shape when it's chilled. I had cherry gas streak there that I make from the same cherries, because why have white frosting when you could have hot pink cherry frosting? Am I right? It's actually a syrup I made from sand cherries, you can do this with them too. Make sure to process your frosting well to break up chunks of butter. Make sure everything's at room temperature. I'm going to add a little more cherry syrup just to adjust the color to your taste, and then I'm going to beat in a whole bunch of powdered sugar, chill the frosting, and now I'm going to cut that cooled cake. It must be completely cooled with a nice long pastry knife or a cake knife. Put a little bit of frosting on there. Some people do more layers. I think one is plenty. I love this size and the portions it makes. Frost that sucker all over. Take some of those ground almonds, and this is kind of my addition to it, is the almonds. I think it adds a nice look, and it also covers up any errors because I'm not a professional pastry chef. So kind of put some almonds around the side there. That'll make it look nice, and then you can clean off the cutting board and you will see, voila, is that not beautiful? The taste of almond combined with cherry in the cake is going to blow your mind. And then you can use other fruits too. This is made with dried wild grapes. It tastes crazy strong and it looks like Grimace from McDonald's. Then those leftover pieces of shell and pit, that makes liqueurs. Different cherries you can use. These are sand cherries, pin cherries, and choke cherries. Black cherries probably make my favorite version. So there you go. I know that was quick. Feel free to watch it again, and thanks for watching.